Well, hello there, my silly little gooses. Welcome back to another edition of the Midweek Breakdown, presented by My Two Cents Podcast and hosted by G2. I am G2. I'd like to first start off by welcoming our first-time listeners and our returning listeners to this program. I would like to tell all the first-time listeners what this program consists of. The Midweek Breakdown is when I, G2, talk to you guys for 10, 15, 20 minutes about anything and everything. Certain episodes are serious episodes, certain episodes are not so serious. Certain episodes I'll be covering a variety of different topics, while other episodes I'll be talking about one specific topic, which will be the theme of that episode. And always at the end of every Midweek Breakdown episode, I'll be playing you guys a song, which is titled Your Song of the Week, to end the episode off and send everybody about their way. So that's what the Midweek Breakdown consists of. So, having said that, let's jump right into it. First thing I want to talk about is more food being recalled. USA Today would put out an article stating nearly 30,000 pounds of raw beef was recalled. Over in the states of Texas and Florida, 30,000 pounds of raw beef products that were imported from South America, more specifically Argentina, have been recalled because they entered the U.S. without undergoing a required inspection. The Department of Agriculture's Food Safety and Inspection Service would announce the products that were produced between May 15th and May 20th and have a use by or freeze by dates of September 15th through the 20th. Those are the products according to the FSIS announcement. They will say that these products are classified as Class 1 recall, which according to the USDA means a health hazard situation where there is a reasonable probability that the use of the product will cause serious adverse health consequences or death. So for the people that's in Florida and Texas, please look at your beef products, and if they have the dates of May 15th through the 20th, so any dates that's in between that or starts on the 15th and the 20th of May that they were produced and have, say, use by or freeze by on the dates of September 15th through the 20th, I will say probably chuck it. I mean, there's probably going to be some people that will still try to eat it and think there's nothing going to be wrong with it, which it might not, because only thing is saying that they were not inspected by the United States Health Department, essentially. And I mean, you could take that chance upon yourself if you want to, but I will say if it was me, I would just chuck it out. I know people don't like wasting money on a product, but when it comes down to your health, I would just say just look after your health more than the money aspect of it all, me personally. But I just want to let you know that's what's at least going down right now in the states of Florida and Texas with the beef recall. Moreover, still in the recalling of food, it has been announced that Taylor Farms, they are recalling products that have jalapenos in it. If you go to taylorfarms.com/recall, they would tell you the stores, the brand, the product, the best of use by date, and the distribution of states. The stores that I'm looking at so far that they've listed are Hannaford, Kroger, Stop and Shop, Target, Walmart, Trader Joe's, Whole Foods, and as I already mentioned, they will tell you all the products that have them. Like, they literally break it down for you and make it easy for you, so you can see what those products are and where they sold them at that have those jalapenos in them. And the reason why they're recalling is because it has been said that I believe it's the USDA or FDA, one of the two, still government associations, they're saying there's an outbreak of salmonella and they are linking it to jalapenos, and with Taylor Farms, they're linking it kind of to them. So Taylor Farms, they again are putting out a recall for food that have salmonella, have jalapenos in it because of the salmonella outbreak. And Taylor Farms, they've just been taking a hit, bro. I mean, it was jalapenos, and now, first it was the lettuce deal, and now it's jalapenos. I'm pretty sure more stuff's going to be coming out, and man, as I've been doing this for almost, 6 years now, it'll be 6 years in December, I don't remember as many food recalls as there have been recently, because first it was lettuce, then it was eggs, then last week it was bacon, This week now it is raw beef products and also jalapenos. Jalapenos was last week as well, but that was just like the starting of it. But now we have more information about it. I don't remember me ever talking about food being recalled as much as it has been this past year. This can only give you a look into the future of more food products that could potentially be recalled, because I have a feeling that in the upcoming months, because we're only in August right now, ladies and gentlemen, and the food recalls have just started happening. It started happening in July. I'm pretty sure, and especially with Thanksgiving coming up, imagine if turkeys start getting recalled. People will start having to change up their main meat selection for Thanksgiving. But again, just be on up and up, be looking out for things. And again, just think of potential stuff that could be recalled and try to substitute. Again, with the lettuce deal, I still say go to kale or go to some type of other leafy green, if you will, to still kind of bypass the lettuce product like problem. Anything else, again, I'm pretty sure you can sidestep. For the states of Florida and Texas, you can go with chicken, you can go with seafood, you can go with other things, or you can look to a different brand of beef that's not from Argentina, and you'll be fine. But that will require you to still look into it more. But yeah, that's so far what I have to talk about with all the food being recalled. So that's what I wanted to talk about first and foremost. Secondly, I want to talk about the earthquake that happened in Colombia. It has been stated that over 200 people have died from the 7.4 earthquake that struck Colombia. I want to say it was around Monday. CNN would say that based on their count, well, CNN count based on reports from officials, the government declared a national disaster and world leaders have offered assistance. A senior UN worker warned food distribution will be crucial in the upcoming days, and one indigenous leader who lives near the epicenter of the quake says they have yet to receive help. Survivors are being pulled out right now from underneath the rubble. I know I just looked at something from David Muir and they showed a baby being pulled out from the rubble, and the baby is fine, the mama is fine, so thank God for that. But there's still people underneath the rubble of these buildings that collapsed. They said this is one of the worst earthquakes that's hitting Colombia. And again, it's just showing what's been going on so far. I mean, I feel I just talked about an earthquake happening, a couple weeks ago. And I believe it was in the Philippines, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but I know I talked about an earthquake that just happened a couple weeks ago. I believe it was on another episode of the Midweek Breakdown. And for now, Colombia to be hit with an earthquake here. Again, the world is turning, the world is changing, things are going down, and I want people to be aware of things. An earthquake can happen at any moment, so I'm not certain if Colombia has like earthquake seasons or not. This could just be random. Again, I don't know. I'm just saying for the people in the States right now, one, send your love, thoughts, and condolences to the people over there in Colombia. I'm hoping that there's no other casualties underneath that debris. I'm pretty sure there's probably going to be more, but I'm hoping that people will get to the people that are alive that's in like some bad conditions before they decide to not gonna say self check out, before their body decides to give up and check out of here. I'm hoping that the people that are checking the rubble and trying to get the survivors will get to them before that happens. And I do hope that food does reach the Colombia. People from other states will fly in, because I know, again, watching David Muir, there was a guy that came from, I believe, California, went to Colombia just to try to help out and give out his services. If there's people out there that has time to do so, I'm hoping that people will fly out to Colombia and give out their time and help out the people there as well. But I just want people, again, just to give thoughts and prayers to the people in Colombia, people that's stuck underneath the rubble, and I hope that, again, people will be found with some injuries, or hardly, in a miraculous case, no harms or injuries, just a couple scratches on them. But I do want people to be found alive more than dead. But as I've said, more than 200 people have been killed from this, and I'm hoping that that's about it. But that's all the updates I do have right now from the earthquake that happened in Colombia. I want to move over into a topic that I talked about, and I think that the world talked about earlier in this year, and it was talking about Ebola that was over there in the Congo. There's an update from it. The Associated Press would give an update on that information. And in the article, it would say that at least 2,000 people have died in Congo's Ebola outbreak, making this the fastest growing on record, according to the latest data. Government data published overnight into Tuesday showed that the outbreak has 4,381 confirmed causes, including 2,011 deaths. Starting from the first confirmed case, the death toll was reached almost 3 times faster than in the 2014 to 2016 Ebola outbreak that happened in West Africa. As May mentioned, the current outbreak was declared on May 15th, but health authorities now say sequencing showed it began months earlier in February. So when we saw it be declared in May, they're saying that now it probably started in February, but it probably was like a low number that wasn't really looked at upon until May hit, and then you start seeing a big spike. So that's the update that they have so far right now for information about Ebola over there in the Congo. I do remember talking about this, and again, as life happens, there's a lot of news that constantly goes about that I forgot to go and update myself on the information about the Congo and Ebola. So I am glad that the Associated Press does keep up to date with this stuff. And again, I do want to give thoughts and prayers to the people over there that's dealing with the Ebola, people over there in the Congo that has to try to fight off this virus. And yeah, just send thoughts and prayers to people over there too, because they need it, and I'm hoping that they get the medicine that's needed to fight Ebola. I know that again, Africa gets not the best type of medical coverage when it comes down to the world, because that's kind of been like a talking point, but that's just something that always gets thrown out there and never ever gets like any type of retribution. I'm hoping that's not the case here, but again, with this current administration, I'm not certain how much America is willing to help out. I'm hoping that I'm wrong, but yeah, I'm hoping that other countries will step in and help out Africa, help out the Congo, and give them the medication that they need to still fight off Ebola that's over there. So again, love and light to the people over there, and I'm hoping that they do get the help that they need as well. Now, moving over here to the U.S., more specifically over in the Midwest, there has been people without power. The Midwest has been experiencing storms, damaging winds that knocked out power, and it has been said like 800,000 people have been without power right now. So that's what's been going on. States of Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, West Virginia, and Virginia were without power early Tuesday afternoon, according to poweroutage.us. Outages in Illinois and Indiana alone account for more than 630,000 homes and businesses. There was a flash flooding emergency in Ohio. The state's emergency management director told CNN there were got videos posted on social media showing rescuers and rafts navigating the powerful water current that was going in the streets because water just piled up. And when you see that type of flooding happening in states and in cities, that has to look crazy. So I am, again, giving my thoughts, love, and condolences to people over there. I'm pretty sure that there's more going down right now because I just looked and it's supposed to be moving towards, I believe, into Kentucky by the time this episode drops. And for the people that's over in Kentucky, I'm hoping that you guys are safe as well. But give, again, prayers, thoughts to people over there in the Midwest that have to deal with the flash floodings, the powerful winds that's been striking them, and people without power. Because, boy, being without power sucks. I just remember back in 2016 when the hurricane hit South Carolina, and I was there with my siblings. My mom was with her sister that was in the hospital at the time. She ended up coming back a couple of days after the hurricane hit because she was gone whenever this happened because my mother looked at her sister at the time. It was very, very surreal to be there without power because usually if a hurricane happens to hit, it's always like a quick drive-by. I'll say for where I live at, we'll probably be without power for at most 2 hours, the worst. That time in 2016, nah, it was days. I'll count it probably 4 or 5 days, possibly. And I always said that the power was going to come back on. I always had faith that the power would come back on. And yeah, just experiencing that was something I never want to experience ever again. So I can only imagine the thoughts of water flooding the streets, power down, and potentially certain homes being ruined because obviously the water being so far in the streets, it like attacks the house and starts weakening the house and weakening the boards, in which you gotta do all that house damaging and repairing. And when all that's done, some homes won't be able to be repaired because obviously the money of people not having so much. I don't wish that on nobody out here, but again, love and light and thoughts to everybody over there in the Midwest. I'm hoping that it does get better for everyone out there. With that, that's everything that I do want to talk about, at least in the weather front. Last thing I do want to talk about, because we are coming up on the time technically being over. I want to give an update on a court case that wasn't truly court yet because it didn't go to trial. It kind of got stopped from going to trial because of, well, I'm going to just read it to you. Former OnlyFans model Courtney Clenney, or that's hopefully I'm saying her name right, was sentenced to 6 years for manslaughter in the stabbing death of her boyfriend in 2022. I covered this whenever this first happened, and to give you the gist of it was, Courtney, she was in Florida. She was with her boyfriend, Christian. I can't remember how to say his last name. I'm hoping I'm saying it right here. Obenselli. But either way, Christian and her, they were in their hotel, well, not hotel, but they're in a condo, and she happened to kill her boyfriend. Okay. And at the time, she would say that it was self-defense because he was abusive, and the people had to go and grab her laptops, try to look into it. Her parents technically had the laptop or the phone, one of the two, and they tried to like hide that away from the police, and I believe they got arrested at one point. Either way, this happened in 2022. She pled guilty to the manslaughter in the killing of her boyfriend and accepted a plea deal. So the plea deal stated that now Courtney will get 6 years, but also serve 5 years probation as part of the sentence. Now, with that being the case, she has been given time kind of serve a little bit, but it's been said she could be out in a couple of months because 6 years they given her, but they will count the 4 years that she's already been in prison. So technically she only has 2 more years to technically do on the sentence, but again, she could be out within a couple months because again, good behavior. And people might say, well, good behavior doesn't exist. No. That type of stuff does happen. And again, for her getting 6 years, they agreed to that and agreed to kind of cutting those 6 years by the 4 that she already has. Again, she could be out sooner rather than later. As an outsider looking in, if the family's happy about it, fine. If the victim's family, Christian's family, is happy about it, there was at least some justice, great, fine, whatever. Me, just looking at this, I'm not moved by this at all, to be honest with you, because it was a black dude that I got stabbed by his white girlfriend, and I hate to even say it like that, but I have to because this is America. What more do you expect by that? And with the sentences that she got, again, 6 years for manslaughter, and it was a plea deal that she took. 6 years. She already served 4 in jail or prison, whatever one you want to call it, so she'll get reduced time. So it is what it is here. I'm just going to say this. If the things were switched, it would probably be different. White dude killed by a black girl. It would have been very, very different. And especially because it's in Florida, very, very different. She would have gotten more time. Even if she took a plea deal, that would have sucked. And again, falls back into, it's America, baby. What more do you expect from it? But again, as long as Christian's family's okay with it, I can't say no more because I'm not a part of that family. But I will say this, and I want this to go out to all the black community, okay? I remember when this thing happened. I remember when Christian was starting to get criticized. Because as soon as this incident happened, people start going back into his social media logs and seeing what he would tweet out and all this type of stuff. And he would talk about how he didn't want to date any black women. And then you saw the black women in the black community start just saying that's what he gets for dealing with a white woman. That's what he gets for saying that he doesn't want to date black women. I remember all of that. I want this to be known and just be said this, okay? If you have those feelings about someone, when an incident like this occurs, wait until after justice has been served. Because let me say this to you again. This was a black man that was stabbed by his white girlfriend. Okay? Black man. Bold that. Black man stabbed by white girlfriend. Bold that. Ladies and gentlemen, a black man was murdered. A black man was killed. However you want to try to say it in the legal terms. He's no longer here to walk around. A black mother doesn't have her black son. Okay? Those social media posts that was revived once he passed and showed was meant to cause harm and make people essentially say that's what he gets. That is never supposed to be the case at all. Not one bit, man in the world. Okay? This was wrong. It was, again, outside looking in. I don't think this was the right sentence or the right judgment to give this woman. Personally, I think she should have gotten more. But again, it is America. And I think an account when you have the public, more specifically black women, saying that that's what he gets, it kind of gives some validity to say that, yep, no one really misses him because of his past tweets or past social media posts. No. What happened to him shouldn't have happened. And again, if you have that type of vitriol against that person, wait until after justice has been served, personally. It wasn't like homeboy was a public figure and he was spewing out that. No, he was just a regular person and he's having to tweet something out. Okay? If he was a if he was a public figure, then I could say, okay, well, I'll kind of give you some leeway, but then I'll still kind of be like, come on. But no, he was a regular person. It's sad that he's no longer here. Courtney got what she gonna get. And again, I feel that she's gonna get out in the next couple of months. And it's just a shame. But that's the update on that. And that trial has now, that court issue has now been closed. So, with that, my time is up. Matter of fact, I went over my time, but hey, I own this. I try to not go over this, but hey, man, it is what it is. That has been today's show. So with that, it's now time for me to move over to your song of the week. Song of the week for this week is by Lenae featuring Doechii. The song's titled Babygirl. I'm hoping everyone enjoys the rest of their day. Enjoy the rest of their week. I will be back again with another episode of the news on Sunday, but that one's more long form content. I hope you guys tune into that. But if you happen to care about professional wrestling, watch it, talk about it, discuss it online. I do that on my Thursday and Saturday episodes. Tomorrow's episode, I'll be talking about essentially the future of wrestling, but you'll hear more about that when you listen to it on my Thursday episode. So if you want to listen to that, check out tomorrow's episode of the Let's Have a Chat series. Saturday's more of a constructed type of episode where I talk about stuff that happened in WWE, AEW, TNA, my Wrestling Highlights of the Week episodes. So go and check that out whenever I drop that Saturday. And that's everything I have to promote. So again, with that, I want everyone to have a great rest of your day. Be blessed. Don't be a dick. Be kind of courteous to everyone you do come across. Bye-bye now. Some days I stray from sidewalk.
pick a flower, pick it up and plant it in the pavement. Maybe then you'll build the courage to admit that you need saving. I know that I'm stubborn, but I'm finally here to say that I can't withstand the pressure. Am I in denial that I'm a boss? I got 20 labels and they all gon' tell you that I'm lost. Picture this, a girl alone in NYC just tryna get fly and get by. Oh, okay. The dream is set in stone, the dream is on the pavement. Dreaming while awake, I'm dreaming, don't need saving. Walk up in the church and I get everything I'm praying for. I make assumptions that I'm everything I'm aiming for. I want, I love, I give. I'm bad, I'm that, girl, I'm a bit